Hey everyone, Kyle once again. And now like I said before, for starting off all this, I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to do something different. That first time that I wanted to do is a fan commentary. Now I've never done one of these before, but I wanted to do one for honor the 20th anniversary of one of my favorite films, highly underrated film, which I'll show right now, of Deep Rising. So yeah, I love Deep Rising. I think it's a highly underrated creature feature film. So, but I love the film to death, and which I've reviewed this before long ago, so you can check my old video of this. So, but I love Deep Rising. It didn't deserve the hate that it got. It didn't deserve to bomb badly. It didn't deserve all that. So just really quick. I'll just keep it as simple as that. And I already have the film ready right now, and I have no audio, no, so I can't show the picture, because the copyright and all that. So because I know how nitpicky they are, so I'm just gonna sit here like this and just lay back and watch it, and as I commentary on this, so just remember I said this is the first time I've done a fan commentary on this, so do the best I can on this. So let's get right to it, and off we go. So showing the Hollywood Picture logo, and I should get a subtext saying that far below the South China Sea lies underwater mountain range with canyons deep enough to hide the Himalayas, deeper than any other man or machine has ever explored. And throughout the centuries, countless vessels have vanished through these waters without a trace, and their disappearance has remained to this day. Or remain a mystery. And then we get the good score by Jerry Goldsmith, which I miss. My favorite film composer. I miss Jerry Goldsmith. I enjoyed many of his scores. This is one of them. And wah wah wah. And then we get the POV shot of the creature. Like you see like these whale bones and these shipwrecks. And just showing us the POV shot, and just I just think I think the whole film, I think it was a good premise and all that, and I think it's a highly underrated movie. And then now we get our title, Deep Rising. So, and for the most part, I enjoy I pretty much the whole cast. Stars Treat Williams. Who I think did an excellent job of this as Finnegan. Which I think if this film hadn't bombed, I think he could have got more leading roles. I enjoy Treat Williams. I like him in the Substitute sequels, and I think he was all right when he played the bad guy in The Phantom, one with Billy Zane. But he's easily one of my favorite films with him, and he was just a lot of fun. I enjoy a lot of his dialogue, especially the badass one-liner he had towards the end of the movie. And then you got his friend character Joey, played Kevin J. O'Connor, which I like as well, which is also directed by Stephen Sommers, who after this film he go and direct The Mummy, then the sequel as well. He directed G.I. Joe, and before this film he directed the '94 film The Jungle Book with Jason Scott Lee, and Kevin J. O'Connor, he would be will also be in the Mummies where he played Benny. And we got in this, Finnegan, his crew transporting some bad guys to somewhere in the middle of the ocean, led by Wes Studi, which also a good actor as well. And like they're like I said, they're Transformers bad guys, but their business is like, the cash is there. We do not care, so they don't ask questions. They get paid. They take them where to go with no questions asked. And though the bad guys, they're a lot of fun as well. We got West Duty right there, and which the whole cast does a good job. So even the woman who plays Joey's girlfriend, Layla, I thought she was fine as well. Um, but also including the rest of the gang of bad guys as well. Him and AJ West is like, aren't you a bit curious of what we're doing? And Jason Drew and saying, if it's, like the sign says, if the cash is there, we do not care. Drinking my Mountain Dew ice here. Transporting them out somewhere in the middle of the ocean where their business is, but which are the main premises. It takes place on this cruise ship called the Argonautica, the Argonautica. That's the way it's pronounced. The owner of the ship is played by Anthony Hale, which the guy who played Dr. Chilton in Silence of the Lambs. He's the guy who owns the ship. This luxury liner. It's pretty much like from the whole thing. It's like a Chinese cruise ship, because around that time, around there, like the South China Sea and all that. So then, see, the show shows all the patrons, the casinos and all that. You have this singer playing this song playing. We shall reach 12 at midnight. Then we get introduced to our character, Anthony Hill's character, who's played by named Simon Kenton. Telling the audience, just saying, you're welcome to the voyage of the ship, and have a good time, basically all that stuff. But more on that. It's just I just like the whole premise of this like the relic, a monster in a museum, a sea monster on a cruise ship. I always like the idea of it, and it's just bad as this film. It got dumped in January, bombed badly. It just mediocre, 11 million on a budget of 45 million. It didn't deserve the hate it got, to me, at least. Good cast, good score by Jerry Goldsmith. The budget clearly is there, I will say the CGI is not the best though, but I can deal with it because I'm having fun with the film. But there is a little mixture of practical stuff in there as well. And I think Steven Summers did a great job with this movie. I like The Mummy, I do, because that was a film I grew up watching a lot of times with my brother, The Mummy. But I just had this film equally as fun with this film as I did with The Mummy. And we get to introduced to our character, Famke Johnson, who I thought she was she's been in many movies, but I thought she was as a strong lead lay in this film. Not like doesn't play like a damsel in distress type character. All that, She meets with the captain and steals his wallet. Which is the captain in this film, played by Derek O'Connor, which I think a couple weeks ago he recently just passed away, sadly. Derek O'Connor, who plays the captain in this, he was also in End of Days, who's some crazy lunatic and was trying to shoot, which he knows that the guy who's been possessed by the devil, the lair of the devil, played by Gabriel Byrne, strings him up on the ceiling where Arnold Schwarzenegger finds him up there. That's Derek O'Connor, and he also plays as the priest in Daredevil as well. who, knows about Matt Murdock's identity and knows he's Daredevil. He plays a priest in that film. So, yeah, Derek O'Connell. A couple weeks ago, he just passed away recently, sadly. So, um, now we're back on the boat, and we introduce more of our characters of bad guys. You got Djimon Hounsou, who I enjoy as an actor. And you got Trevor Goddard, who played Kano from the first Mortal Kombat film. And you got Cliff Curtis, who I also enjoy as an actor. If you really want to follow my past videos, what I mentioned about Cliff Curtis, was I keep on bringing it up though about on Fear of the Walking Dead. What they did with this character, what I thought was completely stupid. It started making me lose my interest, and now heading into the fourth season of Fear of the Walking Dead, what they did with Kim Dickens' character, and especially also the guy who played the son of Kim Dickens. And that just makes me lose my interest in the Fear of the Walking Dead anyway now. If anyone has to say that, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not saying anything else. But I enjoy Cliff Curtis. He was a good bad guy in Collateral Damage. He was in Live Free or Die Hard. He's and also now upcoming. He's gonna be starring in The Meg with Jason Statham. The Megalodon. But I enjoy Cliff Curtis in this. So you got a good cast of characters. You also got Jason Fleming as well. There's this little funny moment where they're making Trevor Goddard puke. So you get some good fun back and forth stuff with the bad guys as well. They're also fun to watch as well. But also one of them is Jason Fleming. He's also been in other movies as well. He also appeared in Steven Sommers' The Jungle Book as well. He was one of the bad guys that off-screen kill by Shere Khan. But he's been in other films as well. And we got Kevin J. O'Connor as Joey. He's being nosy and looking at the bad guys as cargo, which they're filled with torpedoes. Which we've never seen this film before. You already know what it's about. They plan to use the torpedoes to loot that cruise ship and sink it for the insurance. That's what the torpedoes are for. So, and like I said, he's just being nosy, but eventually he gets caught. And they're now the bad guys. They find him. They're just beating the living crap out of him now. And then Treat Williams steps in with his little harpoon gun. And like, we have a contract. I was like, he's been nosing around in my cargo. Okay, so he's nosy. And it says, oh, whatever, we kill him and throw him overboard. This isn't... And Treat Williams says, this isn't democracy. He's like, okay, alright. I'll say it one more time for the hearing impaired. Gives one of them whack and holds Cliff Curtis a point. And then he has another fun line as well. And he's like, "Are we all okay? Anyone gonna shoot anybody?" But then they'll let Kevin J. O'Connor go. Yeah. Yeah, is everybody okay? Anyone gonna shoot anybody? Say with a little smirk on his face. So we cut back to the cruise ship, and now Famke Johnson, which she's a criminal. She stole the captain's security card, to get into the vault, to steal some stuff. So she gets in the safe, and then our security guys, the captain and Kenton, they come in. And they're reading her profile, like she's wanted in like a few different countries as well, and Kenton gives her a slap in the face, and he's like, "Do we have a brig on this ship?" Yeah, but it's not finished yet. You can't throw a lady in the brig. True, but you, mademoiselle, are no lady. But then she's stealing Ken's wallet as well. Like, you, Mr. Ken, are no gentleman. So we cut back on with Finnegan's boat, and Kevin J. O'Connor is telling about the cargo down there and their torpedoes. And then we get cut back to the bad guys, which they bring out these, I would say, cool looking guns, different type of looking guns. Like it's like a type of machine gun that fires like about a thousand round capacity. It's like has these little, when the shoot is the many of the gun barrel guns like rotating and shoots many bullets. I like the type of gun, and cool looking design as the guns as well. And back on the cruise ship, we have a mystery guest here, mysterious person who takes these discs and basically to take out the old disc, put these other ones in, which basically shuts down the whole ship, everything, all the communications, radar, and everything, all that stuff. Inside job, which we all know who this guy. If it was his, we all know who this guy is. It's Ken himself. He's because who knows how the thing works because his ship, so he puts the stuff in himself. So destroys the discs, put those other ones in, then the whole system just shuts down. Yeah, disengage, off. So, but on the bridge, and as everything is offline. So, and then the one guy picks something up on the sonar, or whatever, what he thought was like whales, but hence the title. Um, Directly beneath us and rising very fast, deep rising up from the deep. It's this kid. He's going. Starts from 150 meters, and keep on coming and coming. Um, like, what are they? 60, 50 meters, and then excuse me, just stops the whole ship completely. You have all these people falling, and there's like actual stunt work. All these people falling from the balconies and crashing everywhere. Actual stunt work and all that. And then this speedboat gets accidentally released. Then you hear this roar, and all the passengers, they all panic. and especially ones where one woman just hides herself in the bathroom, and then when she looks down, it's it's in the toilet work where she's sitting on, and just grabs her and just grabs her and just grabs the faucet, just pulls the whole thing off, and then just suck down the toilet, and just gush of blood just spurts out. That was a terrible. Just suck down the toilet and just. So we got back on the boat, and they see, they're setting up a torpedo launcher on Finnegan's boat, and then he picks something up, and they see something right directly ahead of him. Crashes into it, puts a big hole in his boat. So yeah, they said they crashed. They said they got a hole in it, and water's coming in, and trying to get the flames off the cases. Let's get off the cases. And what the hell was that? Whoever it was nearly took my bloody head off. Trevor Goddard. That's too bad. Yeah, he passed away like some years back, like in the mid like of early 2000s. Sad to say, But I like Trevor Goddard in this, and I like when he played Kano in Mortal Kombat. I think he had a role in the first Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know what role he played in, though, but then they said they've heard like they hit a speedboat, but Truman's like, no way speedboat gets out this far. So, but their engine is damaged, so they're gonna have to fix it, and they see the cruise ship, thinking they can spare almost in their workshop, to get the parts to fix their boat. So the bad guys now they take control. As they take control as they approach the ship. Oh shoot! My finger slipped. You saw that little black fluid accidentally hit the stop button by accident. I'm just my thumb's doing like this, and I'm just accidentally hit the stop button by accident. But still, we're still going though. Anyway, just in case I got myself another can here because it's gonna take a while. So that's why I got myself a second can. So they approach the ship. They climb aboard while Joey's girlfriend and one other guys stay behind. Well, they open up the kind of like the cargo part of the ship and climb up. I'm for them right now. Sorry, my nose is a little runny now. And they say, "Oh, here comes the party crashers." And Tertullian's like, "I don't hear no party." So they get to like the main part of the room, and they find it completely deserted. Everything's a mess. My nose now I know. My nose is a little now my nose is a little running. Now it's a little itchy now. God dang it. And they see there. They finding blood everywhere. So they're questioning where there's a lot of blood everywhere. Where is everybody? And an elevator opens. There's blood in it as well. Oh man, sorry about that. But yeah, the boat is complete. They find the boat completely deserted. They are wondering where is everybody. The lifeboats are still there, and yeah. I say I apologize for that, but can't help it. And it's like Tree Williams, like looks like somebody beat you to the punch. You had a little funny moment where another character in the name of Mason, he sees some money on a roulette table and he just goes and grabs it. And this little firework thing goes off. They start shooting in a panic. And Tree Williams says, "Shh," and they see how powerful these guns are. Like, oh, and they also smile and they go like, ah! So back with Fongo Johnson, because she was locked. Since they instead of throwing her in a brick and said it wasn't finished, they lock her in like sort of like the walk-in refrigerator, just to say. She gets locked in there, but she manages to break herself out of it. And while West Studi and two other ones, they go to the bridge, saying that yeah, they get the man on the inside, good job shutting everything down, but it wasn't supposed to kill her, wasn't to kill anybody, but or no bodies, and Jason Fleming's like it's like all just vanished. Like I said, in the back of here, they find the boat deserted, and so it's like the passengers have mysteriously vanished. Then we cut to with Joey's girlfriend. She's trying to fix a hole in the boat, but and while another guy on top was the character Billy, and then sadly though she gets killed and she gets pulled back. So the Tree Williams, Kevin J. O'Connor, with Cliff Curtis and Trevor Goddard, they're the workshop trying to get the parts, for fix the parts for his boat. And then Kevin J. O'Connor is like, "Oh, what stinks?" And Trevor slaps him. It's like, "Did I say it was you?" And then Trevor Goddard, his character with T-Ray, his name is. He hears something, he goes off on his own. He's in these passage or corridor ways, and he's on his own. He thinks is nothing, and then all of a sudden just these like wire things just jump out in front of him, and then he sees something down the water, be like behind these here pipes. bursts out, and then just grabs him and throws his gun. All of a sudden, this splatter of blood just drips down. And then Cliff Curtis like, "Oh, what'd you do? What'd you do?" And then we cut back with Famke Johnson going back to the vault, and Wes Stewie and the others are there. And Djimon Hounsou, he takes the card, he opens up the vault. He's like, yes, money, money, money. But then Anthony Hell accidentally kills him with an axe to the head. And then they accidentally shoot 3 other unarmed passengers by accident. Originally, it's only Anthony Held and Derek O'Connor are the captain there. He said Kenten said it was an accident because he thought it was one of those things. And Famke Johnson, she slips out. It's about how carefully was that Djimon Hounsou gets killed off like a little bit early though, but still. Regardless of though, I enjoyed Djimon Hounsou as an actor. Star in many upcoming films after this though, like Blood Diamond and all that stuff, and speaking with Cliff Curtis, now he's the one who's next to go. He's this time like Trevor Gard, he gets dragged around, he's banging into pipes. Their dress is dragging him around, banging into more pipes, and then leave a trail of blood behind. But I was saying with Djimon Hounsou, speaking with him, told that he's gonna come back and as a Karathan who was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's gonna be coming back in Captain Marvel along with Lee Pace as Ronan the Accuser. Because that's supposed to be set in the 90s. This is before the first Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's good to see like him and Lee Pace come back as the same characters like Karathan and Ronan the Accuser. So now, as with Tree Williams and Kevin J. O'Connor, they're running, and something's coming their way, and the whole thing is like through the metal grates, lifts them up, like for Tremors, how in Tremors how it was the front porch of the Chinese market hall, the wooden planks, they go, like that's the same thing right here, where it's going through the metal floors. A lot of the physical, practical stuff that's not CG, like the physical floors move in, or later, which I'll get to, it's like, next scene, so we get to the next scene, though, but, yeah, listen, when it shows the design of the creature, yeah, the CG, especially from 1998, it's not the best, though, but I know that, but I can deal with it, though, but there's a good mixture of practical stuff in this as well, which I do appreciate. So they're in the elevator. Tree Williams and Famke Johnson, Kevin J. O'Connor is there. They're hearing something. Then the rest of the bad guys, they get in the elevator. So apologize for the streamers but for some reason now my nose is all running. Is keep on getting runny now. So it's a habit. It's keeping going down. So I do apologize for this. So. And then Chris with saying, I didn't kill it with Tree Williams. I didn't kill it, but there's something on this ship. And Wesley's like, bullshit. No, it's not bullshit, Mr. Hanover. There's something on this ship. So the captain's saying the ship's infested. And then the elevator starts, getting bouncing and bouncing. And then the stops. Then they hear this music. And like Joey, Kevin J. O'Connor, he's like, what is that? And then Joey's like, girl from Ipanema. Then Tree Williams like, hang on. Then the elevator drops, and then you got the score from Jerry Goldsmith playing, as the elevators drop in. they're all screaming, and until they hit the bottom, the like the last floor, and then they get into this, which I was a really it's a really good really good set piece right here where the walls, the floors, everywhere, the whole entire hallway is covered in blood, and they find all these skeletons, these bloody skeletons, all practical stuff, and just like the skeletons, like they're like all gushy and mushy looking, and it's just like little bits of gushy flesh attached. It's really good looking effects with the the skeletons. So it's a really good looking effect that the walls all bloody, and then they see something pressing against the metal doors at the end of the hall. It's physical, not CG'd. Looked, it's actually something like physically putting pressure on it, including the walls as well. And Tree Williams, he constantly says throughout the movie, which I thought was kind of funny, which he says, "Now what?" It's a constant thing he always says. Now what? Not drum. So as they're making way towards the door. Draw my napkins. I have to get a new one now. But this is how all the bloody bones and skeletons look. It's just really good, a little good piece of gore, Just that's the practical stuff that there's the good mixture of CG and practical in the stuff though. But the bones and how the walls are being like something on the other side is like pushing on the other side of the walls is pushing on the walls, and listen, it's actual physical stuff, not CG'd. And then as they're running away, as the walls are being caved in more. Because a little bit with the other guy that was in the boat, character Billy. But then where rest of our characters as Kenton saying that the ship came to a stop, all of a sudden stopped, and then they were everywhere. So, and then Tree Williams knows that it was him who knocked all the communications. He's the one who hired West Duty and his men. And then he gives the explanation that like his ship cost like how many millions, and he couldn't afford like to pay it back what it was for what it was worth. So that's why he hired West Studi and his crew to to loot the ship and sink it for the insurance. That's what the torpedoes are for the insurance. So, as they're arguing, Kevin J. O'Connor, something slimy is right above him, and appears up behind him. They get Jerry Goldsmith's score. Da, 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 yeah. And they see this long looking tentacle with some bulging inside of it, and they start shooting at it, and these actual guts that's like getting all over everybody, like. And then a body. Go look at makeup effects of this body, which was the guy who was from the other Finnegan's boat, the character Billy. Like half his face is all being dissolved, and his hands too. Good makeup effects as well. Like I said, there's good mixture of makeup and practical stuff, like I said. But and then they all start shooting the tentacles. Like they're shooting left and right because they're all over. It's all over the place. They're all everywhere. And they come back with Tree Williams. With Famke Johnson. And then there's this tentacle, which is like has like it's a tentacle that has with a mouth like a two mouths, like it opens like this way and this way. And listen, the look at the CGI is like from 1998. Like I said, I've seen a whole lot worse stuff, especially CGI that looks cheaper than this. It looks a lot better. It looks a lot better than this stuff the cheap CG mediocre CG I see on Sci-Fi. A lot better than the Sharknado stuff I see, which for some of this one here they made 6 for some insane reason because people wanted more of them for some reason because they liked them. Shouldn't have had 6 in the first place. This film easily like this much higher. Like here's like this is how Sharknado is. Deep Rising is way above any of those 6 films. So, but I listen. The CGI in this, especially on the creature, looks much better than one that I see on Sci-Fi. And now we get to with Derek O'Connor. Like I said, the guy who passed away a couple weeks ago as the captain. Now he's getting swallowed. Tree Williams finally goes down. They try to help him, but no good. He gets swallowed by the creature. Yeah, it's like, ah. So now with Ken, he explains he even though it's like a coincidence, like he knows what these creatures are though, but still I can deal with it. He knows exactly what kind of creatures they are. It's like I begin to fear that our friends here are some sort of strange offshoot from the Kayatoya family. At 40,000 feet, this is as long as a pencil. And at 20,000 feet, have been found to eat full-grown sharks. But at 30 or 40,000 feet, well, you do the math. And then Joey says, "Are we talking about some kind of mutated sea monsters?" Basically, that's what it is. Like it's a mutated sea monster, yeah. But yeah, this is but CG not the best, but the look of the design of the creature I enjoy. I like the look of the creatures. Like the tentacles, it's not the main monster though. It gets all connected on one body though. So until you find out the real one towards the end of the movie though. And instead of like the creatures, they don't eat you. They drink you alive, sucking all the fluids of the body, excreting the skeletal remains, which you saw like in the basically like the hallway of death. Basically, that's what it was. Like, it was just like. Oh. But yeah, they leave out the skeletal remains. They just drink all the liquids out of the body. Man, freaking nose is bothering me right now. So they're making way towards the tunnel. Oh, not tunnel. Making the ways toward the ship. And then Joey's like, "Oh, things couldn't be possibly any worse." And then all of a sudden the lights goes out. And then Tree Williams goes, "Thanks, Joey." And then all of a sudden he starts singing to himself for that song he was like, "Girl from Ipanema." He's like humming it to himself. And then you come to a point where there are some stairs, but it's all flooded though. But that's the only way to get it. That's the only way out though. So they're gonna have to swim underneath. So Tree Williams goes in first, along with Wes Studi and Jason Flemyng. You know what? Pause it right here. I got a bathroom break, so I'll pause it right here and I'll be right back. So, yeah. About that, I got I had to take a bathroom break, and while I was out there, I got myself a little snack to snap on, some Cheez-Its. So, I was saying, as they're going along, that Treat Williams and Wes Studi and Jason Flemyng, they're going, they dive in first to go on the other side. And while the others wait on the other side, and Kevin J. O'Connor is like, can you just like get asthma, or do you have to be born with it? So then they hear the ruckus behind them. The tentacles are coming for them. Anthony Harold wisely goes in first after before them. Tentacles break through. They start shooting, and then they all jump in. Then one of the other bad guys named Mason, he comes in. Well, he jumps in. He's the last one to go. But as he's going, one of the tentacles grab him. So then he goes does like a self sacrifice. Yeah, he has one of the grenades. He's got does like self sacrifice. Like he's just being dragged back. So the rest of them, they make it to the kitchen, and Jason Flemyng, it's like, since they tell that since they felt like they're not gonna start missing the looking for the ship for another day or two, so Jason Flemyng's like, I should think we should stay right here. But Treat Williams, he doesn't want to do that. He still wants to go back to his boat. So then Treat Williams saying, to his little story that that he saw a guy put fish in a bottle and fed it to an octopus, and eventually the octopus uncorked it and slid inside and ate the fish. It's basically, it's like Funko John's saying we're the fish, but it's also saying like, that doesn't matter where you hide, they're gonna get you. They're gonna come and find another way in, so it doesn't matter. So we get best to keep moving. Then one of the other tentacles is right behind Jason Flemyng. He's like, what? He's like, oh. So he starts shooting at it as the rest they all start running out of the room. He's shooting at it, and it goes up like the thing where where the stove is. He's like, He's like, you want some? Yeah, nothing. He thinks it's all good, but then one of them sneaks up, swallows him whole. So the rest of the shows, they're all running down the hallways, and then it shows how smart these things are. They actually start closing the doors and sealing them in, trapping them. And they're closing the hatches. And they're hurting us. They force us to go where they want us to go. And Joe's like, wait, so now you're telling me these things can think? Pushing us towards the bow of the ship. So as they're making way, they're heading towards the bow of the ship. Like Kenton, Anthony Harold, he's like, just give me a second, like pretending like all tired and all that. It's like, I'll be right behind you. But then Snake, he knows where another way is. So they go towards the bow of the ship. They see this large room, and you actually see more good piece of gore bits. More bloodied up skeletal remains, bloody skeletons. Good pieces of gore, like I said, good piece of practical gore. Then they hear something. All of a sudden, water starts going in. They're all running. And they get separated with them. Treat Williams with Funko Johnson, Wes Studi with Kevin J. O'Connor. So, my nose is active again. So West Studi is with Kevin J. O'Connor. He drops the gun, but then West Studi has a couple of grenades, and Joey's like, "Hey, give me one of those." He just goes and throws it without even, like, you preparing it for him. And West Studi's like, "You idiot! Well, you didn't tell me to do that." And then cut back with Treat Williams saying that he lost the backpack for the parts for his boat. He lost them. And West Stewie's telling him, we tell Kevin J. O'Connor, the only way to slow him down is to feed him. Feed him? All I got is a West Stick, a gum, and a breath mint. What are we gonna feed him with? And this West Stewie just goes and shoots Kevin J. O'Connor right in the leg. We expect to feed him to them, but he gets away. And Kevin with Anthony Harrell's like, "Oh, it's sinking. The boat is sinking." And then he sees an island off in the distance, and Treat Williams and Fongo John's like, Fongo John's like, "That heap of junk is your boat? You got a better one?" And he said, "Is that your boat gonna make it to the island? Not a chance in hell." But don't worry, I got a plan. And cut back to Joey. He goes back. He's back at the casino, and he sees a gun, and he gets grabbed by West Studi. He's like holding on to the table. He's like struggling and holding on. When Kevin J. O'Connor, when he stands up, he sees that he's halfway being eaten by the tentacles. But he was gonna run away. But Joey goes back to him and gives him the gun, saying, "Don't say I never gave you nothing." But then the stupid West Studi, she goes and shoots him, tries to shoot him, and Kevin just he's like, "You asshole." So West Studi goes and tries to shoot himself, but then click, empty, and then the oh shit look on his face. And he's like, "No," and he gets swallowed up. So back with Famke Johnson, she was gonna get the keys to one of those jet skis. That's what they're called. Two of them are wrecked, but one's still good. So Treat Williams back on the boat, and Joey gets back on the boat too, and he tells him that give him the parts that he needs, but he tells him that he lost them. He's like, I got a plan. Plan my ass! Without those parts, this thing ain't gonna go more than about a city block. But then they ask about Layla, then Treat Williams sadly had to tell him that she didn't make it. And he kind of felt, I kind of felt sorry for the guy because it was his girlfriend and all that. Kind of felt sorry for him. Even Treat Williams feels a little bit sad about that as well. It's the look on the face that he gives. So his plan, he's gonna arm one of the torpedoes and sticks in the hole where that part where his boat got made, and so he can sets the computer up to make it go circle all the way around to hit the ship, and then boom. And then they try to start up the engine, and like what Joey told him earlier, you gotta be gentle. So. And back with Famke Johnson, Anthony Held holds her gunpowder with a flare gun. And it's like, give me the key. I'll take it with me. And what about the others? Fuck them. They have to go down with the ship. That's how it works. Starts shooting at her with it. So they head back to the casino room, and Treat Williams starts shooting at him, but missing him on purpose, just basically trying to scare him away. So then the whole room starts shaking. Everything's fall. Things get moved around. I like that whole thing. Like everything's like not all green screen. Like it's actually set pieces being dropped and moved around, like chandeliers, or the staircases being moved around and everything's being flipped up or whatever. So yeah, not everything is all green screen. Actual set pieces being moved around, flying around, all that stuff. So one thing I do appreciate. So it's nice that not everything this film is CG'd. And then the main creature pops up with Jerry Goldsmith's score playing. Now, like I said, the CG is not the best. It's not the best from 1998, but I can deal with it though because I'm having fun with the film and I like the design, the look of the creature, and and Tree Williams says, "Well, there's something you don't see every day." So it starts slowly backing up, and then excuse me. One of the tentacles grabs Tree Williams, and then it actually gives him like a good like gives him a good smack. Yeah, and then it gives him up to the main creature. Cool looking design. I do. I do say it, but at least the CG doesn't hold it, but still. And then Tree Williams, the best badass one liner he gives. The creature's looking at him, and he says, "What are you looking at?" Shotgun blows that creature's eye out. What are you looking at? Boom. Love that. That was just total badass. It drops him, starts shooting at it. Yeah, especially when he shoots the creature's eyeball, like actually like liquids being burst out of it. I love that line. That was the best badass moment in the movie. I just love that moment. But so he gets back to the boat. He sees Joey's gone. He assumes that he's dead because he sees that the thing like crashed through his windshield, and his hat's there. So he assumes that he's dead. And then Famke Johnson, like almost like shoots. She gets startled, almost shoots Tree Williams, and then they get the fun chase scene where they're before that. Kent and Anthony Harold, he sees that the Finnegan's boat's gonna leave. It starts leaving without him, and it's like no, and then he jumps off like from that high up, and he gets his one of his legs broken. Yeah, it's like ah. So they were trying to, True and Famke Johnson, they were trying to build a speed for him to jump out of the cargo bay. And then there's all of a sudden, oh shit, and they're blocking their way out. Fun chase scene as well. Them on the jet ski just going through the tunnels of. I keep on saying tunnels. The hallways of the ship as they're being chased, and Tree Williams, just starts getting the shotgun. Boom, cock it, boom. So he gets some good, get some good gunfire. So they're riding, and then starts shooting it as he's driving. And Kenton with his busted leg, he tries to get, to the driver's seat. But I like the chase scene where they're driving through the hallways on the jet skis. It's a fun chase scene. And then they say, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, there's an elevator in front of them. Gets a shotgun out, boom, starts shooting at the elevator to open the doors. So then Anthony Harrell, he gets into the driver's seat. He's like ah. but but the computer is been set on autopilot, so it's automatic. The manual is already gone, so that's how he set it. So heading towards the ship, he can't do anything about it, so he's screwed. And the computer says, with a game that Finnick was playing earlier, card game, and it says game over, game over. And Anthony Harrell is like, ah, he knows he's screwed, so he gets blown up. And also was a good explosion of the ship being blown up as well. You can see it wasn't a whole CG ship; it was actually a good, nice model work of the ship. You see the actual inside being blown up and the outside to the ship. Actually, good model of the ship being blown up. So, like I said, not everything was CG, aside from the creature, but still had a good, some good actual practical blood and gore, and also the skeletons and the ship being blown up. Good model work as well. And then the two of them, they get out. And the creature, the creature getting blown up. Like I said, I can't mention about the CG, but still, the creature gets blown up. It's, like I said, not the best CG though, but still. But the actual model work of the ship being blown up, it's pretty good as well. Pretty good. And as the two of them on their jet ski, they make it to the island. But the jet ski is no good no more. So as they're on the beach, Tree Williams and Fango Johnson, they kiss, and then Fango Johnson sees something in the distance, and it's Joey on the surfboard. It's like it almost had me, man. It almost had me. The game burst through the windshield. The thing was snapping my ass. I dove overboard, swam like hell. Next thing you know, kablooey! And your damn surfboard almost cut me in half, man. As a Kevin J. O'Connor, it was fun. He was fun in the film. I like him when he played Benny in The Mummy too. That's me and my brother really thought he was funny in that film. But I also liked him in this film as well. He was a likable guy. Like I said, we felt sorry for him a couple times, especially when he gets beaten by the bad guys and gets nitpicked on. And when he says, this is a nice enough place, and all of a sudden they hear this roar far from the distance, like something run through the trees on the island, like not too far from them. You see someone run from the trees, and you see like this volcano being erupted in the way back. And then it ends with Tree Williams saying, "Now what?" And then end credits, end the movie. Written and directed by Stephen Sommers. Although there was another guy who was uncredited who helped write on the film as well. Let me get the Robert Mark Kamen, who was also said he was uncredited and helped writing the film as well. Yeah, creature designed by Bob Bunton. I think I got the guy's name right. And music composed and conducted by Jerry Goldsmith, who I miss a lot. So yeah. So now I'm sure it's like this. I'm sure this is like well, the time here says a little over an hour though, but I doubt honestly. I did fast forward for the slow parts because just them slowly walking through mostly them slowly walking through the tunnels, So I did fast forward through the slow parts though. But I've seen this film a million times. I know how inside out this whole thing goes. So I just want to take up too much time. So try to be less of it, especially without the. I said the film was only an hour and 6 minutes, especially with the little slow parts I fast forward through though. But and take without the end credits. But still for the first fan commentary I did, I'd say it's not that bad of a job I did, So, but yeah, for anything final last things I have to say about the film, I love the film to death. I still say it's a highly underrated creature feature film. It's also it's one of my favorite films. I love the score by Jerry Goldsmith. Good direction by Stephen Sommers. The stack, like I said before, I like the design and the look of the creatures, but the CG, yeah, I understand it's not the best though. But for 1990, I'm willing to forgive it though because I had fun with the film. But not everything was CG'd. Like set pieces were not everything was all green screen. Like the hallway with all firstly the blade up hallway with the skeletal remains, and everything like physical stuff being like the walls and the door being physically pushed in, or the battle with more bloody skeletons, or a makeup design where the guy fell out of the creature, he was half his face and his hands being dissolved, or when they're shooting at actual groups of the flesh of the creatures being bursted out. I enjoyed the cast. Tree Williams was a lot of fun. I thought it was excellent in the movie. Famke Janssen, she was good. A strong female leading lady who wasn't acting like, dead weight or damsel distress. She was a strong presence to her. Anthony Held, who played the owner of the ship Canton, he was good as well. And Kevin J. O'Connor as Joey, he was fun to watch. Like I said, kind of felt sorry for the guy he gets picked on a lot. As for the bad guys, Wes Studi was fun. Nice to see Cliff Curtis, Jimon Hunsu, Trevor Goddard, Jason Fleming, and the other bad guys as well that were still fine as well. The guy who played the captain, Derek O'Connor, like I said, a couple weeks ago, he recently passed away, so sad about that. He was still fine as well, and Tree Williams, I enjoy a lot of his dialogue, like he says, "Now what?" Or like I said, the badass one-liner he had where he just shoots the monster in the eye. "What are you looking at?" Boom. I love that line. I love that scene. Fun jet ski chase. Shooting also at the creatures as well on the jet ski. The actual model work of the ship being blown up was nice. Really nice. Easily fast. Like I said, it was easily fast paced. Yeah, like I said, despite like I said, fast forward through those parts like where they're just walking through the hallways, But still, it was still easily fast paced though. It's too bad that this film flopped. It bombed hard. To me, it didn't deserve it. It didn't deserve the. It has a 31% Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.0 IMDb. To me, it doesn't deserve that. It deserves higher ratings, in my opinion, though. Like I said, once I got another debate with my brother saying like, oh, I said to me, I think it's underrated though, but my brother, it's like, oh, it's not underrated. It's hated by a lot of people, and yeah. To me, I'm sorry. I will say we share different perspectives. To me, I think it's highly underrated. To me, but not to him though. But I love the film to death, and I'll be willing to pick it up on a Blu-ray when it comes out. It's supposed to come out sometime this August, and I'll be gladly pick it up because I love the film. So I'll be sure to pick it up. It's supposed to have new features. I'll be sure to look into that. And just one quickly shot of my poster. I like that poster. Some of the other posters, like the one on the DVD cover, is all right. But another one shows like a face in the water. I prefer that poster much better. And I would agree with this on the front cover. A slick, entertaining action film. I definitely agree with that. Pulse pounding. Die Hard meets Alien meets Titanic. But this film didn't deserve to bomb. That's what pisses me off about it. But anyway, yeah. So for the 20th anniversary of Deep Rising, I've been wanting to do a fan commentary for quite some time, but didn't know which one I would choose. But fitting, why not do ones on one of my favorite films? So 20th anniversary of Deep Rising, I think it'd be fitting for this one. So yeah, so hope you enjoyed my first fan commentary on this film. So like I said, as the first one I did, so bear with me. I ain't perfect, so. But I hope you enjoyed it, and if anyone who's a fan of Deep Rising, already know you like the film. But if anyone hasn't seen this film, please check it out. I recommend it. So yeah, so this is my 20th anniversary first fan commentary of Deep Rising. Love the film to death. Probably have no problems with. Well, like I said about the CG though, but still, it's a nitpick that could be let go. But it's basically a film I had no problems with. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more movie reviews to come. So, and we'll see you all later. And it's late now, and I have to get to bed now. It's late. So anyway, thanks for watching, and see you all later.